Turner at sea. The wind howled like a wild beast, its icy breath cutting through the air as the HMS Hound groaned beneath the weight of the storm. Towering waves, dark and furious, rose like mountains, crashing down with a roar that shook the bones of every man on board. The sky, bruised with swirling clouds, flickered with jagged bolts of lightning, each strike illuminating the chaos below in brilliant, terrible flashes. The thunder followed, deep and rolling, like the very voice of heaven, as if the gods were moving the heavens with angry hands. Amidst this maelstrom, William Constable Turner, England's master of light and tempest, stood defiantly on the deck, his hands trembling with cold, but his spirit electrified by the vision before him. The canvas, already spattered with salt and rain, stretched out before him, anchored to the rail of the quarterdeck. The violent dance of the storm was his subject, a challenge greater than any peaceful countryside he had ever painted. With each crash of thunder and flash of lightning, Turner's brush moved with frenetic energy. He captured the wildness of the sea, the monstrous waves crashing against the hull of the ship, and the flashes of silver and violet that seared through the sky. The lightning split the clouds with a jagged brilliance, bathing the sea in a momentary glow that revealed the colossal fury of the storm. Turner's strokes mirrored this light, the chaos, the fury, the motion of the storm, not in perfect lines, but in the very essence of nature unleashed. His paint ran with the rain, blending in chaotic harmony with the elements, as though the storm itself was helping shape his work. Behind him, standing tall at the helm, was Sir Thomas Sturley, Rear Admiral of the Blue. A man of steady nerve, he seemed unaffected by the swirling tempest around him. His eyes were sharp, scanning the horizon, the rigging, the men, all of them trusting his every command. His voice, calm and deliberate, cut through the roar of the storm like a sword. "Hold her steady, lads. We've weathered worse." His words were not shouted in fear, but spoken with a quiet authority, as if he were in conversation with the sea itself, steering it to his will. The crew of the Hound worked tirelessly, drenched and battered by wind and water, but their faith in their captain held them fast. They fought the ropes and adjusted the sails as Sir Thomas gave orders with unwavering control. The ship, though battered by the relentless storm, moved with purpose under his command, cutting through the waves like a predator, not prey. Turner, swept up in the power of the moment, found his own resolve mirrored in Sir Thomas. Where most men would have retreated below deck, safe from the wrath of the storm, Sir Thomas stood firm, unyielding to the elements, his calm presence a stark contrast to the chaos that raged around them. The storm had no mercy, but neither did Turner's spirit. He dipped his brush into dark, stormy colors, deep indigos for the sea, streaks of white and gold for the lightning that illuminated the writhing ocean. The wind tore at his clothes and hair, plastering his coat to his body, but Turner was one with the storm. His brush struck the canvas in time with the strikes of lightning, capturing the raw, primal energy of the elements as the ship lurched beneath his feet. The rain lashed his face, but he paid no mind, his eyes locked on the furious horizon. The sky cracked open again, another blinding flash of light streaking across the heavens. Turner's hand, though cold and numb, moved with a ferocity he hadn't known before. This wasn't just a painting, it was a battle between artist and nature, and Turner was determined to conquer it. As the storm raged, Sir Thomas stepped closer, his boots steady on the slick deck. He glanced at Turner's canvas, a fleeting smile playing on his lips despite the chaos. "Quite a scene, isn't it, Turner?" Turner nodded, his face set in concentration, his hands working with feverish intensity. "A scene like no other, Sir Thomas. I'll need all of it, every wave and flash of light." Sir Thomas chuckled, unfazed by the wind tugging at his long coat. "Then you've chosen the right storm, my friend. Let's see if you can capture the beast." The storm showed no signs of abating, the heavens warring above them. Turner's canvas was now an explosion of color, of darkness and light battling for dominance, each stroke an ode to the ferocity of nature. The ship groaned and swayed, yet still Turner painted, And still Sir Thomas guided the hound through the chaos, his voice a steady rhythm to the madness around them. And so they sailed through the storm, Turner painting as though his soul were on fire, and Sir Thomas, unflinching, commanding the hound like a force of nature in his own right. Together, they defied the storm, each in their own way, until the storm began to subside, leaving behind a turbulent sea and a masterpiece that captured the soul of the tempest.